Hi there, my name is Alix Rager, and I'm excited, honored to be invited to teach on our basic duplicable system called the 331. And Onyx asked me to do this. This is an incredible team to be a part of, and an incredible system to really come into this with consistency, authenticity, with an availability to grow with this plan and to get better and better and better, but to duplicate something that is so simple that will literally bring you to whatever level of success that you want. It's important to have a sense of why you're here, what charges you up, because as we dive into this 331 system, it is, again, it's about reaching out and touching 3 people a day, reaching out to follow through with 3 people a day, and inviting somebody to a live event, a Zoom, right? To be able to really deeply engage with the energy of the group, right? And these 3 steps, they really will grow you. They will push you. You will get better and better. There's going to be times you may not want to do it, but again, it's this consistency of this model that will create the nucleus for your whole business. You will then become that manager, and then you will start to duplicate managers who will duplicate managers, which then of course makes you, go to the next level, to director, and then to senior director, and on and on and on. And everybody has the same, we all do the same thing, right? We just get better at it, and we duplicate it, and we show people where to find these tools. You don't have to be the expert. We don't want you to be the expert. That's all done for us, right? And that's what makes it duplicable, because if you're the expert, then other people are going to think that they have to become an expert to do this. And immediately there's, for a lot of people, a shutdown. Now, that doesn't mean you can't bring your expertise and do special things and really bring that extra level to your team. It just means as we do this 331, I want you to think duplication. I want you to think people will do what you do. And if they think they can't do what you do, they won't. Okay, so just a little bit of mindset stuff. So let's go ahead and find where this information is so that you guys can get plugged in and get started with your business. So I'm going to share screen right now, and where we are going is to Quantum Field Team Business website, which is qfteambiz.com. qfteambiz.com. I'm hoping that this is sharing properly. I do believe it is. I'm going to make sure. Hold on. I am screen sharing. I'm going to assume that I am sharing the proper screen. Yes, I am. Desktop 1. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, this is the Quantum Field Team Biz. If I go to the home page, actually, which is where you would land, then it looks like this. Welcome to the Quantum Field Team Business Training and Business Center. Okay, and as soon as you hit get started, it's going to take you right to the steps page. And we're going straight to step 1, steps for success. This is understanding the system. That's what this video is about. And this is where we're going to start. So what is this 331 system? I'm going to give you some overview of a mindset, which I think is really important to understanding this. And before I really dive into this, what's going to bring someone from a prospect, if you will, to a customer who starts to use these patches, these wonderful X39 life-giving, light up, patches that light people up. What's going to bring them from a prospect to a customer is going to be what I call a series of exposures. A series of exposures to what? To education, to different forms of education, to information, whether it's written or video or spoken or what else, maybe it's a call with somebody else. There's different exposures, a series of exposures, okay? So I would say it takes about 1 to 3 to bring a prospect to a customer. It could be more, and we don't give up, because sometimes they don't listen or look at that exposure until, the 5th time we check in with them. But just know the series of exposures is really what we're moving people through. So about 1 to 3 is going to help you bring a prospect to a customer. From a customer to a raving fan customer, a customer who stays on the product, right? Just loves it. Maybe not raving fan, but just stays on the product for a long time. About 3 to 5. So even once they become a customer, we continue to expose them to more education, more live things, more calls with other people, testimonials, social proof, new science, whatever it is, right? And we'll get into the nitty-gritty of this. but let's say 3 to 5 brings a customer into a solid customer. Let's call them that. Then for that solid customer to become a raving fan, somebody who's talking about it, telling other people about it. And now this could have happened before. I'm just giving you like a model. 3 to 5 is solid customer. 5 to 8. Now you got a raving fan. Now you know if they're consuming that much education, they've watched that many videos or participated in Zooms, or they've been on a 3-way connection with your sponsor, listening to testimonials. They're already talking. They're talking. Now you've got what's called a raving fan, and those are the ones who are really ripe to invite into your business. And it's that 8 to 13 exposures that is what's really going to bring somebody into, somebody with goals, a rep, a distributor who really, really is starting to take a look at the plan and is wanting to work it. Okay. Again, this is a model. It's not set in stone. It's just what I've seen. And it's what I've seen in other businesses as well. So in order to bring people from that prospect to a customer, to a raving fan customer, and then into distributorship, again, different for each person. Somebody, you might expose them once and they go straight to distributor and want to fly, right? Like sometimes it just collapses, but they still are going to want to collect all of those pieces of education to solidify their belief, to solidify their understanding, and to really take this thing far. Now, when we look at some people, it takes them just a few weeks to get through this series of exposures. Some people, it takes them months. Some people, it takes them years. So that's another thing to keep in mind. We don't know how long it will take, and not everybody will make it through the whole thing. They might just be happy at any one level. So these are just important mindsets, because we can't go into this with any expectation of any one person doing any specific thing. Okay, really, really important. But to get an idea of what is the overlay of this 331, the kind of the why, right? That the higher level model of what it is that we're really doing here is we're bringing people in from not knowing about this to believing and understanding it, and participating at any level in between of that, and at any pace that they want. Okay, so that's really kind of that overarching piece. And I'm sure more will come to that. But let me go ahead and dive into this 331, because really this is the consistency that's so important. Having the mindset also of, I'm not attached to the outcome. I'm here to serve. I'm here to learn of what this person's needs are, what their desires are, how their life is today, what's going on in their world. How can I serve them? How can I help them? What is it that they need? How do they learn? What is the type of way that they want to receive information? Like, these are all different things that you can start to collect and be thinking about and setting your mindset to, in order to approach this system of 331 for maximum success. Okay, what's in it for them? That's their radio station. What's in it for them? WIIFM. And how can I listen more, talk less, ask the right questions and take notes to distill what is it that they need next, and where are they in the process of that series of exposures. Now, some people call it dripping. So I don't call it dripping. You could call it seeding, right? And then nurturing the seeds with water and sun and, good soil and maybe some fertilizer. And, each exposure is another tending to the seeds so that they can sprout and grow, take root, and then harvest. Okay, so just some concepts, some overall concepts, and I want you to revisit those, especially when you're frustrated or afraid to pick up the phone. It's not about you, it's about how can we help them. If you make it about you, they will sense that, they will feel it coming, and they will back away. It's just an energetic that happens, and you can't really avoid it. So that all said, diving into this 331, let me zoom this in a little bit. Maybe I shared screen a little soon, but that's okay. So the 331 is to basically expose 3 new people to the product and or the business, depending on the person, right? Again, wherever they are on that thing. Patch 3 a day, right? 3 a day. Follow up with 3 that you've already patched, and invite 1 to a Zoom. 1 a day. So 3 a day, patch, 3 a day to follow up, and 1 to a Zoom or live event, of course, is kind of what that Zoom also entails, but it's that group synergy. Okay, so let's talk about basically what are, all the details are in here, and there's going to be lots more video here on this website about how to do this, right? How to do each of these steps, the ask, share, and give. Patching the 3 a day. First, you want to start, of course, with a list of people you love, people you respect, basically people you want to help, people that come to mind. My biggest tip with this list of 10 people is right next to them, write down, if you're writing down a list, write down, why did I think of them? Why did I think of them? Because when you call them or when you see them, you're going to say, oh my gosh, I thought of you. I thought of you because, and you want to be able to know what that is right away to get that conversation going, if they haven't already exposed you to what it is that they're needing. Okay, I thought of you because that's one of my favorite things. Okay, ask the question, who do you know? And you're asking yourself, who do I know? Who do I know? Take a look at if you're on social media, your Facebook, your Instagram, Messenger, all of these different tips and tools in here. And then after you create that list of 10, keep going. Do another list and do another list. Just brain dump it, mind dump it all out there. But this is not the list that's going to make you rich. This is the list of people that come to mind that you can one at a time, 3 a day, excuse me, I should say, but one at a time, put your focus on to really say, how can I help this person? What do I know about this person? What do I love about this person? What is it that they've told me in the past? Why am I thinking of them? Make notes on them. Give them that energy before you think to pick up the phone or to go meet with them. Okay, so after creating that list, again, another list, then help those people that you personally bring in create their list. Okay, that's just part of that duplication. And that's part of this first step. All right. We're in a business of sharing with people we love, our contacts, the people we meet, and we help them share with the people they love, their contacts, and the people they meet. Sometimes people don't, this is really interesting. Sometimes people don't really want to help themselves. They would rather help other people. A lot of empaths are like this. I'm very, very much like this. I've learned to put my own oxygen mask on first before others. However, some people really, they will listen to you if you're talking about somebody that they love or a concern of somebody in their life, almost more so than they would if it was directly them. So keep that in mind. Also, there's always that next layer of people that they know. And oftentimes when I speak with somebody, I say, I'm going to share this with you, but I want you to actually open your mind up. This isn't just for you, because I know you know people that I can't touch without you. And there are so many people suffering right now. And so if as I share this and as you go and look at this information, I want you to be thinking of those people. Have a little list of, have a pad of paper, not because you have to do this, but because this is really my passion. And this is something I really want to do. And I'd love to help those people if I can on your behalf. That's just a little tip for you as you're thinking and speaking with these people and engaging in this first reaching out to 3. So a couple of rules that we have is if you're going to share this product with people, which is really patching 3 a day, you want to make sure that you have kind of an agreement with them that they're going to learn a piece in order to wear it. Now, if you're in person with them, of course, peel off that patch and you put it right on them so they can start to experience it. I most of the time will give 3 days. Sometimes I give 5, but most of the time I give 3 patches as a gift. And I say, look, I'm going to give these to you, but you have to promise me, if I give these to you, then, right? If I give these to you, then you promise to watch this so that you know what's going on. Because quite frankly, and this is what I say, quite frankly, this little patch is going to help reset about 4,000 of your genes to a younger, healthier state in the next 24 hours. So keep it on for 12, take it off, put the next one on for 12, take it off, and another one. I'm going to give you, that gives you 3 days to watch this information I'm going to share with you. And if you're like me, or if you're like a lot of the people I share this with, it's going to blow your mind. And it's probably going to light you up. And then I don't know why I can't help but give some verbiage. I know there's role play here, but I also just like to say, I don't know how this is going to show up for you specifically, because you're so unique. We're all unique. And this works on every cell in the body. And your body's going to go to work wherever it needs to go to work, according to your disposition, right? And so, but what I have found is that a lot of people, or some people, I should say, some people feel this right away, just in their clarity. It lights them up. And it's almost like you jump a frequency or something, a couple levels, because there's a certain lighting up. For others, their body wants to go to work and cleaning house because it hadn't had that opportunity to do so. Either way, whatever happens, I'm so excited to get back with you and see if you're one of the lucky ones who feels it in the first few days. But either way, you're going to learn something great, and I'd love to further educate you about it. So you can do that in person, or you can do the if-then over the phone and say, okay, tell you what, I'm going to put together a little pack if you will watch this, because I want to make sure you're actually going to put the patch on, and you will if you watch this, right? Or if you listen to this, or if you see this, and find out, how do they like to receive information? Now, where do we send them? Oh, and then you always, you're going to follow up, of course. Always let them know I'm going to be following up with you because I want to see what happens. I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk with you in a few days. I just flat out say that. And if I don't have their number, I'm going to say, I'm not going to give them the patch, of course, until I have their number. And I'm not going to play the email game personally. You can certainly get their email if you prefer, but to me, I want to hear it in their voice. I want to speak with them, and I'll let them know. I'll say, look, if you're not there, if you don't show up, I will call you again, because sometimes it takes a little while, and I get it, and things happen, but I'm not going to give up on you. So just know that it's okay. I'm not attached to whether or not you decide to keep getting them. I just want to make sure that I connect with you and find out how this works for you. So just a couple of tips on that. Now, what do we share, right? What are we sharing? Let me go to the next page here. Now that's the, what do we give them? So this is the ask, share, give. I kind of jumped into my own verbiage and stuff without this page, but here's all kinds of different things and ways to open up that conversation, find out what's going on with them, right? What do you know about stem cells? If you could activate your own stem cells naturally, did you know that? What if you can? You can, you can. It's so exciting. I've said things like, I've just found the most cutting edge technology. It is so exciting. And did you know you can't even get stem cell injections in the United States anymore? This is, as of last year, you can't even get them, so what if you could activate your own naturally? This is cutting edge. It's so exciting. What's going on with you? What's going on with you? Open-ended questions, get them talking, and listen, and don't talk. The more you learn about this and the more excited you get, the more you're going to tend to want to tell them everything. And that is not duplicable. That is not what they will do. They're going to do what you do. And if what you do looks scary or like they won't be able to do it, then they won't. Please keep that in mind. So just keep it really, really simple. Let your enthusiasm come through, be the product of the product, use it, share your own story if you want, share a testimonial, and then share the link. Okay, where do we go? Where do we send them? Oh, this is the best, because I like to say, well, how do you like to learn? Do you like to watch videos? Do you like to read? Do you prefer testimonials? Do you like that social proof? Do you want to talk to somebody? Tell me what you like. Do you just want a website, right? This is the one place we send them, startx39.com. Right? Of course, it's in English and other languages, but if you get yourself oriented to this website, you can see here, there's different studies. If somebody really is analytical and they want to see the studies, there's a couple of short videos to show how the technology works, just a couple of minutes. There's a little bit of the benefits and the feature benefits. How does it work? Here's another video with our owner inventor, David Schmidt. Incredible, 18 minutes. We have got, the basics, like how can this little Band-Aid with crystals in it, how can that work? Well, let me show you, because just going outside, this is the magic of our body and that quantum field in our body. How do you wear them? I love this personal tracker, right? When I give somebody their first, if I give them more than 3 patches, I want them to track from day one. Absolutely day one. And what company does that? We actually get such incredible results. I'm going to go ahead and click on this. We get such great results that we actually will give people, this is in Spanish, oops, but we have one in English. We actually give them a tracker to say, okay, when you first started, what did you feel? How would you rate on a scale of 1 to 10? Okay, 24 hours, literally. Who does that? Who actually checks in with their customers to see what they're feeling in 24 hours? I would think no one, really. Then we've got all these great testimonials here, and we've got some others on the Telegram page, which I'll show you how to find. It's just incredible. Bullet pointed results. The website is amazing. And I think what else is so great about this website is that it won't send anybody to someone else's website. It sends them back to you. And this is why this was created in this way. Okay, here we've got science, medical doctors, in depth. Okay, so this is really important when we're talking to people that are smarter than us, right? We want to make sure that they get the level of education that they need. All right. And then about LifeWave and so on. So this is an incredible exposure. And this is one of those exposures, if you will, that could be multiple exposures. This is why that person can go from first exposure of this website to distributor with goals, right? To go to the moon, because they can get 13 exposures on here. Remember that series of educational exposures? This website has all of them. So if you point them to the one that really speaks to them, you know that they want to see a video, or you know they want science, show them, walk them over to this website, tell them where to go on this website so that they get what they're looking for. Very important. Very important. So shows that you're listening and that you're not there to overwhelm them. But again, that website can take somebody all the way to distributor very quickly. All right, very, very quickly. So that's a big thing to share. Some of the other things you can share are testimonials from the Quantum Field Testimonial Telegram group. Okay, and there's instructions on how to join that Telegram group here on this website. Also, you can use a simple text script to pre-qualify your gift, right? I've been using these. If you don't want to pick up the phone and you want to share with somebody, this is another way you can do it. Hey, I've been using these. I thought of you because, they've been life-changing. Take a look. I'd love to send you a 5-day supply if you do this. Again, if then, give them something to do so that they qualify to get some of your free, but amazing, valuable patches. Okay, and then giving them. Now is where we actually patch them in person or mail out some patches in a sharing envelope that has instruction and next steps for them. Okay, and again, all of these parts of the system are here available for you. The sharing envelopes can be ordered on this Vistaprint portal here. And you'll be able to find a way to customize those for yourself. Fantastic to have that supply ready. So that's your first 3, right? 3 new people a day, 3 new people a day. And the next 3 is to follow up with 3 people. Okay, 3 people that you've already shared with. Again, keep in mind, series of educational exposures. The more exposures they have, they're going to move through from in their level of belief, their level of commitment to take and use the product, their desire to share it with other people, and perhaps their desire to build a business with you and to join your team. So exciting. So here's some sample questions to help you follow up with this after you've shared, right? Now, again, a lot of them haven't ordered yet. And that's kind of what this is about, is sharing with those few that haven't ordered yet. But to me, part of that follow-up is also continuing the educational exposures with the customers you have, with the distributors that you have. Continue to build their belief, keep them engaged, keep them enrolled, and being part of the team, part of that community, part of that movement that you are part of. Okay, that's what, you never know when someone's going to activate, right? And really go. So, yes, 331, 3 new people, follow up with the 3 with the goal to enroll, right? But again, to move them through exposures is really what we're doing, because we don't know if that next exposure is going to take them to a new customer or to that next level of belief or to want to join your team. So again, I'm really drilling in this concept with you, because it's this consistency and this persistency that's going to move your people forward. You might want to follow up with more than 3 a day. That's okay. But just share with 3 a day at least. Okay, just share with 3. Because otherwise it's going to become overwhelming. And really, it's that consistency that matters. And you can do this in pockets of time. You can do this in between this and that, or just set aside an hour if you want to do it all at once. It's really, again, it's a matter of having fun with it and knowing that what you're doing is gifting education, you're gifting belief, you're gifting health and opportunity to people. It's all about them, meeting them where they're at, not pushing and not pulling and taking, right? This is about giving. So in following up effectively, some sample questions to help you with that. Did you get your patches? How are you wearing them? How did you put it on? Where'd you wear it? Did you put it under your belly button, or did you put it behind your neck? Are you drinking a lot of water? Did you see this little form? Oh, let me send you this little form so you can track how it's going, right? If you didn't already send it to them. What's going on now? What's going on with you? Maybe at this point you can ask them to, if they want you to explain a little bit more about what you know about it, some of what you personally have been experiencing, but of course, what have they been experiencing? And then explain a couple more pieces about what people might be noticing at this time, and ask for the next exposure. Ask to share the next exposure. Always, always, always leave with a next step. And even if they're ready to order, I still share a next piece of exposure. Okay. All right. So here's patching. Oh, here's a third, and the invitation. Of course, the invitation. Oh, I get ahead of myself. So come to one of our daily 30-minute testimonial Zoom calls. Oh my gosh, if you get somebody on a live Zoom, if you invite one every day, I mean, this is just, to me, it's the best exposure, because it can move somebody all the way through the whole thing pretty quickly, because they feel the energy of the group. That, you know, multiple people aren't going to lie to them on a call, right? There's just something magical about being on a Zoom and learning and growing and hearing other people's stories. Obviously, yes, the Telegram testimonials and really selecting something that is specific to that person's needs or someone that they've told you about in their life. Sharing with them, like, oh my gosh, you told me about that friend who has Alzheimer's. Let me share this with you. I came across this testimonial. Oh, please, would you share this with them? This could really, really make a difference for them. You're, again, giving constantly, and then inviting them onto the Zoom. This is so big. And we have Zooms every day. And they really are safe for anyone to come to. It's not a bait and switch, hit them over the head with a business, like, oh yeah, we have this great product, but let's join the business. It's not like that. It's just not like that. It's really integrous, because we have such an incredible product. It's so incredible. And so it organically moves people into wanting to be distributors. It's really, really something else. It's something else. So you want to go ahead and invite them to a daily Zoom. Why? And know why you want to invite them. Tell them what they're going to get out of it, and then send them that Zoom schedule. If they can't attend it, send them to the recording. But still, you really do want them to be on it live. And so if you can three-way them in, do that, but it's best to get them to join, but have them commit to you so that you meet them there, be there with them, make sure that you're there with them. And so those are the 3 steps of the 3-3-1. I'm going to go back to the ask, share, give also, right? And then we're going to go to, let me go back home. Sorry, I'll find my way back to that steps. So what you'll see here back on this homepage, on the steps page, is I just gave you the overview of the 3-3-1 system with a little bit of verbiage, and there's more on there. Okay, there's going to be some more here. I'll just go to that page. There's going to be some videos down here with some more tips, and you've got some scripts here. I'm not a big script person personally, but it is nice to hear other people's verbiage. I think it really needs to come from the heart. And so practicing a script is fine. Practice, but then put it away before you call the person, because they'll know if you're reading. I promise you they will, because that energy comes through the phone. It comes through. It's just, you know, just trust that your heart will speak to their heart, if that's your intention. And if not, then work on that, you know, grow into that place where you really are there just for giving. But there are some really great role plays to give you some verbiage if you really need something, if you're feeling stuck about that. But it's really just best, again, trust your heart. But here's some more script in here. So each step really, really does dive in, okay, into that system. So going back to all steps, patching 3 a day, I'll just show you what that looks like. There's the little piece of that document I was going through. All right, step 3, ask, share, give. There's details on all 3 of these pages about the details of how to ask, how to share, and how to give. I'm not going to go into much more because I gave you quite a bit there. And then following up, okay, what is it that we're saying here? Continuing on to then step 5, which is inviting one to a Zoom. And this is where you're going to find the Zoom schedule. Okay, you're going to find the links for it. You'll find the PDF to send that you can download and send. You've got the weekly individual ones that you can share and post. All right, there's company plugins here, and even instruction on doing your own podcast with a script. Just fantastic resources here for you for that step in inviting people to a Zoom, and then taking the order. So that would be your next step from here, is to move into that next place of taking that order and getting paid, and then the compensation plan and growing your team. Again, the biggest part of the 3-3-1 system is consistency. And it's about the come from, what's your mindset around it, and keeping an eye on that series of exposures. You're always inviting to the next exposure, always, always. You don't hang up the phone without another invitation to learn another piece, to hear another thing, to join another Zoom, to invite somebody else onto a Zoom. There's always a next step. It's that relationship. And it's the relationship of service and giving. So fantastic. Now I'm trying to find one other place here for you, which is where to join the, I think it's under the share, excuse me. Let me go into share, or is it under give? Okay, so here's under share again, so many details, beautiful pieces in here for you to share with people. What to send first, second, third, fourth. If it's not just coming to mind, it's all here. But I wanted to show you these last two pieces. Here they are. How to join the YouTube page for Onyx, which is just fantastic. This just takes a few minutes to go over and make sure you subscribe and join her YouTube. Of course, the web, another exposure that you can give to people is the LifeWave YouTube page. When you send them that, you can find everything and show them how to Google or how to search for specific other patches and such. And how David Schmidt is teaching so many different things on that. That's a really great one. And then where's the last piece I'm going to find for you? Here it is, joining the Telegram group. Here it is. The steps exactly for downloading the Telegram app and joining the testimonial team page. This is incredible, by the way, absolutely incredible. The details, all the different testimonials in here that you can match up with your potential customers, your reps, and the people they know. So fantastic. So take time, go through that, know what's there, make some notes, and start sharing those. Really, really incredible. There's a whole testimonial library in here as well. Down on this, and this is all under share. Like if you have any questions about what to share, here you go. It's all here in this share tab. Okay, lots in there. So again, when you go into the steps, you'll find that ask, share, give there in step 3, or you can just look at the menu and you'll find each step here, ask, share, give are right there in that drop-down menu. All right, there's also a resource library here. Just everything you need is going to be here for you, and anything else it's not will be linked from here. So this is really that hub for you. So I hope that this really helps. I'm going to go ahead and stop share. I hope that this really helps you to get an overall mindset, a framework first of kind of how this really works with that series of exposures to move people from a prospect to a distributor with absolute goals to go to the moon, right? In each little step that they will go at each pace, with any number of exposures in between, but really 1 to 13, right? That's a lot of exposures, but we have so much to share, right? And people will go at their own pace. They will learn in their own way. But the system of the 3-3-1, the consistency of that, the come from of being giving and loving and wanting to help, and always offering that next piece is the model. It is the model that will get you to manager. It's the model that will duplicate managers. And remembering that when you fall back on the system and simplicity and listening, that persistency in that listening and asking, right? Asking more questions, listening more, keeping it simple like that. That's what's going to duplicate that, because people will be able to see themselves doing what you're doing. You're leaning on the tools and they can lean on the tools. If you're pulling it all from here and you haven't developed the skill sets yet, or you have and they haven't, there's just going to be a mismatch or a miscommunication there of what your expectations are of them. They're going to think that they need to be as good as you in order to do this, and they don't have to be. We all start in the same exact place, and we can all go to whatever place we want with it. Okay, you make it your own, but come from the heart and be authentic. Know what it is that you want. Put it out there. Believe it's coming. Know the simplicity of the system. Use the system. And remember those exposures. Those exposures are everything. You're always inviting. You're always inviting. And you're always inviting to what is in it for them, not what's in it for you and at their pace. I got to put all that mindset in there. It's just, when you get that early, that's really the biggest skill in being successful in this business, is having that come from be proper, because all the money will show up. I promise you, the money will show up with that consistency and with that heart. Leading with the heart, because the longest journey is from the head to the heart. And it's when it comes from here that you will get tenfold results than when it's coming from here about you, right? Make it about them. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for your time and for listening. I wish you the absolute best in your business. And if there's anything else I can do to help, let me know.